Welcome back to another episode of Craftworks. If you haven't noticed, there are some shenanigans going around, and I'm not familiar with this one. Why is there a pig face in my yard? I'm not sure why the pig is here, but I've noticed that there's a pumpkin floating up there. There's a pumpkin on the roof, and luckily some of the pumpkins have been cleaned up around here. There were a lot of pumpkins out here for a bit, including pumpkin pies. I know something's going on here, but I'm not quite sure what. But today, I think we need to help the server better understand what shenanigans are going on by reporting this. Yeah, that's right. We need to build Cube News. We need a way to help y'all understand what's going on. What do the people on this server think about these shenanigans and all the other events that are coming up? So today, we're going to build Cube News. I've never done this before. It's going to be interesting, but this is going to be our recording studio. And then obviously we're going to go out and talk to the different people on the server. So when things happen, watch for them here. It'll be under Cube News, but we got to get this building going. So what I've been doing is, you can kind of see back there, I created a tree farm so that we could start getting all the materials we needed. This was way too much work, but it's going to get us a pretty cool station, I think. Oh, and that reminds me. Okay, I don't have all the glass I need still. So we're going to jump in and actually go straight into a time lapse to kick us off. We're going to lay out kind of the foundations here, see if we got it, and then we'll jump into that time lapse. So let me set the foundation, get rid of this dirt. We'll build this thing out. Okay, so I figured out the base. We really just went kind of one in front of what was there. So we're going to have to build up a little of the ground here, but I think that's going to be okay. All right, let's jump in to a time lapse and at least get the front side of this built. All right, so from that quick time lapse, you can see our building's looking pretty weird. And that's because I've got to come through here. We're going to strip all of this, and maybe I should have stripped it as I went. But what we're really going for here is kind of a weathered look. So what I want to do is leave the edges, kind of give us a dark piece. But what's nice here is we can easily just strip all this down. I won't do it all just while we're watching, but I'll do enough so you can kind of see the look of it. All right, so if we come back out here, you can see that looks a lot better. Once we strip it down, it's not that weird. It's going to look pretty good. So let me do this kind of off camera. I'm going to get the rest of the front build up, and then we'll do the sides and the back. So let me do that real quick. All right, and we got most of that facade in. As you can see, there's still some details. I forgot the trapdoors above that. And we gotta get the glass in. But as I was doing this, I realized not only is it floating a little, but we have a big old hill in the way. Like, we got our doorstep in, so you can see all the dirt that we need to remove. And I kind of counted out how big I think I want it to be. So a little bit bigger than I originally had the dirt, but we got to get in here. We got to get this cleaned out. That's all the way down to an extra floor. So, what's better than getting out your shovel and doing it in a quick time lapse? Let's go. All right, and that actually wasn't too bad. I still need to go down one more layer, but we didn't actually cut into as much of the hill as I thought. And we cut in a little bit to the sheep farm, but we should be okay. We can put some filler in there so nothing happens. But that was pretty quick. So now I'm just going to cut out the floor, and then let's at least get the walls in and see what our space is going to look like. Because I'm hoping, I guess I should tell you a little what I'm thinking here, is that you'll come in and there'll be like a reception area, maybe some supplies, cut off to the room here, maybe with this thing. We'll have to figure that out. And then on this wall, a little news station, and then over here, a bigger one. So like if we have people in for interviews. Not sure what that's going to mean. Might have to talk to Millie and I believe it's a E or L that are building an interior design store. Might need their services, but let's at least get the building up and see what we've got here. All right, y'all, I don't think I fully understood when I picked some of this stuff, how much wood it was really going to be, especially with these chiseled bookshelves. I got excited because I thought they looked cool out front, but as I wrapped them around, I realized, man, that is a lot of wood. And normally I break all my wood down into planks, so this was an even more big surprise. But it's all right. We got a lot of supplies as we went. I'm going to have to finish stripping all of this down. But as you can see, what I'm really going for, and kind of why I picked this style, I got to fix some of those. A little too repetitive there. That's okay, we'll fix that in just a minute. But the reason I came up with this style, and let me go back out here, is I really wanted to go with like a 70s, 80s vibe for this building. So we kind of have a little bit more, I don't know, medieval type look. We got this factory type look. So I wanted to get something that contrasted. So we went a little bit lighter, didn't use the mud bricks this time, but definitely keeping with our brown theme. And so let me know what you think down in the comments. Does this look 70s enough or 80s? But we really wanted to go for that vibe, especially with it being brown. That's kind of seems like the era that brown was popular. So I'm going to keep stripping. We need to get a roof on. Oh, and I don't know if I have glass yet. Nope, I still haven't done that. So I need to go get it. Luckily, I got some ink already from our ocean over there. So let's go grab some glass and get the rest of this stripped. Okay, now that I got that black glass, we're actually going to use the same technique we kind of used over there. I haven't used this very much, but I'm really starting to kind of like the texture it puts into it. So just running full glass blocks down the middle. And then I use the panes on the sides. And what I like is it gives the window a little bit more depth to it. Where sometimes if you just use the panes or you just use the full blocks, you don't really get that texture. But I love how much this kind of puts texture in the windows. And then over here, my idea is that this is like a big glass entry and maybe the door is open to the side. I know it connects. It's not the best, but I don't want a real door here. I want it to feel like this is kind of a business. Door's open. Maybe we stick a little handle in there. That's a good question. Do I have any iron? No. All right, so we might do that in a bit. We'll see. But as you can see, that just putting that textured glass, or not textured, but different layered glass, I think gives the windows a little more excitement and gives us that look we're looking for. I'm going to stick this on the side so we can see it a little better. Yeah. Yep. That's giving us the look we need. All right, now to put a roof on. We need definitely a roof, and I've got an idea for an antenna. Oh man, I'm coming up with so many ideas on here. But let's focus. Let's get that roof on and see how it looks. All right, and we're just finishing up the last little bit of the roof here. I'm hoping I just made enough. I just barely went down and made some more. Oh yeah, we got plenty. And that is our roof. A little on the boring side, but we got some plans for it. But before we do that, I want to break this down and start looking at how ugly of a side we just made. Obviously, we're going to be filming stuff in here, so we can't really have windows on this side. So what I'm thinking is that we're just going to continue these type of trees. And I believe, yep, I got jungle fence. I believe we're just going to do almost the exact same. Look like this was really kind of built this way on purpose. So what I like to do is kind of layer them and see if that's going to help kind of blend out that side. Imagine if the tree's right here. Do we go one forward? It's going to be sticking out one block. No, I think that's going to look good. Let's put the leaves in and see what we think. Okay, so if you've never made these trees before, they're really not that hard. Let's see how many blocks we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So whenever I do this, I always just try and get up on the post here. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, fell. Let's try again. If not, we'll just block up right next to it. Oh, I was on there for a second. That's fine. We'll put a leaf down and jump on this way. So since we're going 9, we're just going to go straight up. 9. Perfect. That gets us right to that height. We'll probably do that one a little smaller. But what's nice about this now is we can come in. These are just one off. These are square like that. Going to go up 3 here. And 3 here. Actually, these go up 2 more, I guess. Did I do that right? Yeah, I think so. Let's check. So 1 popping out. Yep. And then 3 up. Perfect. So this is a little bit more of a neat tree. It's going to look a little more fancy. Now that we're getting it in. Well, let's get the top and see if we like it. All right, we got the other side of that done, and I think the only reason it's looking a little weird is probably because of the ground down here. So let's get out some dirt. And let's just see if we can make this feel a little nicer. So we'll pull up that torch for our lighting. Want to make this not look too flat. Round this out a little. We're going to have to do something here, so I think this is going to be pulled out. But let's keep on one project at a time. Okay, yeah, that's going to start hiding it. And what's nice is we can actually come in with some of these and maybe do like some bushes that are cascading around here. Give us a little extra height. Yep. All right, that's going to do it. We'll put some extra grass in. Maybe sprinkle a few flowers. It's getting a little busy. But what did they do over here? All right, a few torch flowers and some moss. Oh, I might add some moss. Okay, so I think that's going to be working out all right for us. So I'm going to clean that up, let the grass grow in. And then if I remember right, let's check down here. Oh, better eat. Okay, yeah, we got almost the whole inside. So we need to build the stairs. Got this all ready to be interior designed. And we'll leave that because we want to put something on the roof. Perfect. All right, we're making good progress. I'm going to do a little more of the landscaping. And then let's go up and build what's on top. Okay, it's a little rainy, but I think you can at least see what we're going with here on the outside. Really want to make sure this feels like it blended in. I don't want it to just be sitting. And I think we're getting a pretty seamless landscape. Kind of from over here all the way through our cheap sheep. So I think that's pretty awesome. I think it's definitely making it feel like they were intentionally built, even though that was built a while ago. Awesome. So now that we got that landscaping in, I want to focus on making something up here that makes this look like a news station and helps people know what it is. Because right now it almost looks like an old house. I want to make sure people know this is where we record our news. So let's go up to the roof. And oh, I moved all of our chests. Let me just show you real quick here. Gave us a little bit of a storage room. I don't know if we're going to need that, but we at least have it. So now what we're going to do is go up. What I want to plan is maybe some skylights up here. Yeah, definitely some skylights. And I want to put an antenna. I think we're going to put a little closer to this tree so it's not too intrusive. If we put it over here, it might feel like too much. Yeah, I think that's going to be right. Put it closer to that tree, kind of clump the taller things together. Plus we have a smokestack over there. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So let me get the materials, realize we don't have them, and let's go up there and build it. All right, I just brought some of our stuff up here so that we can not have to go up and down. So I cut a few skylights in here. And the reason I'm going to do this is if we're recording, that's a pretty dark floor. And so I'm going to want to make sure it looks nice. Maybe let's go down here so you can see. Nice and bright is what I meant to say. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Don't want it to be gloomy in here. Want to make sure it's definitely light. I've kind of gone off of 3s and this one's 4. And the reason is this wall might actually have like a screen on it. And so we might build that out one. And so I did that just so it looks a little bit better. Cool. All right, so now up here, we're actually going to have a sign here in the front that lets people know that this is Cube News. And I actually don't know which one of these is the center. Wow, did I get it right off? That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to use banners. And so what I'm going to want to do is have a space in the middle and then spell cube this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. All right, and then my other thought is we're going to need a tower. So if we put that tower, oh man, where do we center it? Maybe there? So kind of off this edge, keeps it away from that tree. All right, I can go for that. And then I want like a little smaller antenna. Maybe there? I don't know. Y'all can see how much of my thought process goes into this. All right, now I'm going to build this base up a little. And we're going to use some iron to go up. So we better make some iron bars here. Go to our stone cutter. We're going to need something to help it kind of transition. I don't know, let's just make a few of them. And then you can see I've got redstone torches. We're going to use those, and let's just make a few more. Just to make sure we've got enough. I don't know, 8 more? Who knows? We'll see what we go through. So over here, what I'm thinking is that this is just kind of a little antenna here. So maybe we do that. Get out our iron bars. And I have a feeling I'm going to need some dirt. And with this, how high should we go? There? I don't know. That's the fun of this, is sometimes you just have to do it and see what you think. Yeah, I think that's looking all right. All right, and this next part I think is going to be a little tricky. Let's see if we can jump up here. Because what I want to do is make this look like a radio tower. So we're going to see how well we can build this up and not fall in. So what is that? 3? Oh, let's be adventurous. Let's go up 2 more. All right, let's go down and see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's about right. I don't want to go too big. Sometimes if you get up there too far, it just is overkill. So we're going to get some stairs here. Oh, we don't need to eat for a minute. Let's put some dirt down so we can pillar up here. And what my thought is if we take these stairs, and this will kind of help round it out to where the bars come up. Put those all the way around. I want to put another layer of these, so it almost looks like it's some kind of transmission type thing here. Let's do a few walls. And we're going to do another one of those towers, so it looks almost the exact same. See if I can, yep, there we go. Didn't know if I could grab that. And then I think we're actually going to just put another small one here. And then what I always like to do is just have one kind of off here to the side. So it looks like it's really kind of a lot of stuff. So great, let's go down and see how that's looking. And there's your view from the ground. All right, that's exactly what I was hoping for. The tree behind it makes it not stand out, not be too ugly, but then we get a little of this extra antenna on the side. We may do one just a little back and maybe a little taller. Yeah, I'll add that. But next, we need to work on the sign for this thing. Let me get the resources for that and we'll get this thing up. And the framing for this is actually going to be the easiest part, unless you fall off the roof. Whoops. All right, climb back up here. I was saying it's going to be the easiest and then made it the hardest. So we're going to do the supports here. There we go. Didn't have to jump. Let's try not to jump again. Perfect. And then these we're going to put in between. So I'm kind of trying to go for like an old school banner look where this is kind of that structure, the support that's behind it, holding it up. And then there'll be banners on the front. Now the banners I am definitely not going to do on camera because I tend to mess them up a lot. We're going to do the words and let me show you what I'm kind of thinking. Let's just jump down here real quick. Make sure that I got that kind of the right height that we're going to be able to see the banners. Yeah, we don't want it to stick out. We want it to look pretty nice. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. And what we're going to do is do letters a lot like our Cheap Sheep. I want to make sure we kind of stay on brand. I don't know if we're going to do orange. I haven't actually thought about that. We're going to do the same kind of banner letter idea. So we have the Cheap Sheep. And then we'll also have Cube News over here. All right, and you can see down on my hotbar, we've got the letters. Let's get them on and see how it looks from down below. So C-U-B-E News N-E-W-S. Sweet, I am excited to see how this looks. I'm hoping it looks good. I kind of went with the opposite on the lettering, and I'm hoping it looks good. Oh yeah. I didn't want to do it brown because I wanted to make sure it stuck out. And I think that is just right. Enough that it has contrast, but it's not so far away from the brown color. And then it also ties in kind of the lights. All right, and we're getting some of the inside done. Obviously need to do a lot of decoration in here, but you can see kind of the visuals I'm going for, the layout. But I need someone to come consult me, so we might look for someone on the server to come help. And if I haven't shown it, let's see how well this will do. We have a bodyguard or a front desk person. I don't know what they're going to be, but we got something at least in the entryway to greet people as they come. But y'all, that is going to do it for this episode. So watch for Cube News to come in the future. They're going to be small clips of what's going on. Like, what is that pink and orange thing up in the sky behind us? Well, you'll find out through Cube News coming soon. And until then, we'll talk to you soon.